Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to 8th House Things. It is my honor to read for you this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you might be in the world. I am so grateful that you landed on my channel. Capricorn, I do need to apologize. This reading is way too late. This is supposed to be your February reading. It's your reading that's left. Then I start next month. I start this month's readings for Pisces soon. I'm going to try and do it within the next 2 to 3 days. I'm sorry about that, Cappies. But I'm glad that you were patient enough to come back to me. Meditating on your energy came through really strong even before I started shuffling. The notion of, not even the notion, you know the song by Beyonce, Start Over? Yeah, that came through really strong for you. You know, and the meaning behind it seems to have weighting too. It's not just the words. And I suppose that's why the song itself came to mind. If you've never heard it before, listen to her album, on her album 4, literally called Start Over by Beyonce. So let's see what the cards have to say about that, if they even have anything to say. You could be the very first reading where I say one thing and then the cards say something completely different. I'd be really curious and fascinated if that ever happened, but let's have a look, shall we? I'm going to do another shuffle after this one. So this is my final shuffle for Capricorn. Then we go for 4 cards, please, for Capricorn. Oops. Oh, I'd never take cards that like fall out and flip out, but I just saw that the King of Cups flipped out and I was like, oh my gosh, please no more King of Cups. It's come out literally in every single reading I've done for February. Okay, last shuffle for my Cappies. The goats. Okay. Knight of Wands. The 7 of Cups in reverse. The 5 of Coins. The 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, yeah. The decision's already been made of which direction you're going to go in. And not going to lie to you, Capricorn, you've made the decision. You've weighed every single option that you possibly could. And you know in your heart of hearts that you belong elsewhere. And it's interesting because usually I don't necessarily follow a storyline. So my previous readings don't necessarily, my intention is never to have them follow each other like a storyline. But I do recall that some of my previous Capricorn readings have to do with the fact that something has fell apart or was falling apart, or you were in 2 minds about your relationship, and it was specifically romantic. If I recall correctly. Knight of Wands is really clear to me. It's a search for a solo adventure for you has begun in earnest. And you're capitalizing on the fact that you know you ought to be alone. You're taking advantage of that fact. So what I'm seeing here is essentially, especially as well with the 7 of Cups, the decision has already been made. 5 of Coins is showing me you've chosen the direction. You're at that point where you are about to take the first step into that direction. 10 of Cups in reverse tells me it's over. It's over. 7 of Cups doesn't come out a lot for me, and when it does, it's always like she's almost bored with the decision she's making. So it's like 7 cups with different options, and she's almost bored with the decision she's making. But what's standing out quite a bit is, you know, those like leaf crowns? It feels as though she's looking at that with the most interest. But either way, whatever her focus is, her decision has been made. and the direction has been chosen. And it hasn't necessarily been the easiest road to get there. Let's not get that twisted, Capricorn. I see the struggles you've been through. I've seen the back and forth you've been through. But if the person does this, maybe I can, maybe we can try again. Maybe we need to listen to each other in a different way. Maybe I'm the one who's doing this wrong. Maybe they're the one who's doing that wrong. I've seen you weigh the decision over and over again, because that's what you do, right? You're an earth sign. You've come out really strong with the Five of Coins, which tells me this path to getting to a decision of which direction you want to go was not an easy one. 2 children are on the Five of Coins. One is she's probably 5 years old herself, carrying a little baby on her back, in the cold. And for me, that signifies that you're no longer going to be carrying this weight, Capricorn. Right? The youthfulness of the card and your energy being a Coins card, a Pentacles card. I suppose that's where that comes in. It's always funny when my words resonate really quickly in the reading. It's always ironic to me, because usually it will come back to me towards the end of the reading and I'll be like, oh yeah, well, remember when I told you that when I meditated, this is what I heard. And here you are, starting over. I'm so sorry. The time that I actually decide to do your reading and they taking the trash. That's so rude. Hold on 1 second, Capricorn. Okay, that probably felt like nothing to you, but it felt like an eternity to me, waiting for the garbage removal to not be as loud. But here we are, Capricorn, and I feel like you feel there's definitely a sense of adventure about being single again. There's definitely a sense of you've been waiting for this chance for a renaissance in your life. Yeah? Let's have a look at the other cards for you. More cards, please, for Cap. There we go. More cards, please, for Cap. More cards, please, for Cappies. There's a lot falling out, actually. Can we just focus our energies and not have all of these flip out, please? Oh my gosh, every time I commit to shuffling properly, it doesn't happen. Okay, there we go. Nice shuffle for Capricorn, please. And then let's take out a card at a time for the next row. Wanderer in reverse. The World card. 9 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. I'm curious as to why the Wanderer came out in reverse. I think it's because as an earth sign, you're not necessarily inclined towards doing too much wandering. You want, and the fact that it's a major arcana card, it tells me that it's not in your nature to wander. Yet here you are about to embark on a new adventure, With the World card coming out, it tells me that you being disinclined to wander, but you being forced to do so anyway, will be really good for you, Capricorn. You'll find more beneath the surface than you've ever experienced in your lifetime. And more than anything, those who wander aren't lost. That's what the 5 of Swords coming out in reverse specifically is telling me. The fact that it's in reverse tells me that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear in your search for answers, in your search for who you're supposed to be in this lifetime, in your search for who you want to be in this lifetime. Ugh, yeah. And the fear or disinclination towards wandering, or it's almost like you look down on people that drift around. That's how it's coming across to me. It's like, no, I don't do that. I'm a Capricorn. I take one decisive step after another, followed by another decisive step. I don't do this wandering stuff that you're saying that I'm about to do. And it's like, yeah, fair enough. But look at the abundance that's waiting for you if you do embody that Knight of Wands energy, embody that Five of Coins energy of being a little kid with another kid on your back, and we're leaving home and we're going to go find out what the world is about. And we're going to find things that no one else has seen before. And you know what? In that finding of the truth and finding of the things that people think they don't need information on, in doing that, will be more grounded than ever. What's the opposite of air, right? Well, not the actual carbon. Okay, wait, let's not get too complicated, but not the direct opposite, but like if we're floating around in air, the opposite of that would be being on steady, solid ground, right? So it's like through this upheaval in your life, through this time where you're going to be single and you're going to be doing things solo. It's like through that, you'll be more grounded than you have ever been in your lifetime. And you're an earth sign. You know, it's like, how much more grounded can you possibly get? And it's like, yeah, actually, it can get more, it can get more solid than that. This is nice. This is good for you. The chariot coming out is telling me pretty much that it's guaranteed that you're on the fast track to a new adventure, and nothing can stop it. You know, so even if you didn't want to have to go through this, just the act, that finality of putting a nail in the coffin of this romantic relationship that has stifled your growth, that finality, you know, that act spells the beginning of a new era. And it's coming at you really fast, Capricorn. Look at all these major arcana coming out. I just had the Chariot card, now the Wheel. Wheel telling me here that you've wasted your time previously. And the Owl coming through really strong. You know, I've never really looked into the cow. Two spirit animals coming through for you here. Really nicely, in fact. And what the cow is telling me is that we're breathing new life into our lives, Capricorn. You're breathing new life into your life. And the owl, with its wisdom and its intuition, is telling me it's almost like the wheel is coming across like a compass. And you're going to follow the compass that's placed specifically in your heart or in the heart chakra space. You know, it's telling you exactly which direction to go. And you've known it. You've known it for a while. You've known it for yeah. Ace of Swords coming through as well. In reverse. And in reverse, it strikes me as though the sword is about to be pulled out, pulled out of the clouds, which is a very aggressive um, sort of stance to take, right? It's just a cloud living its life. And so what I'm feeling is that you're at a point where you're finally going to take what's rightfully yours. You're not going to wait for a breakthrough to just fall into your lap. You're not going to wait for that 180 to just slide onto your chest. No, you're going to take it for yourself. You're literally going to yank the sword out, even if you're yanking it from a cloud. However aggressive that might, overly aggressive that might be. Or at least through this, adventure that you're about to embark on, that might happen a couple of times. And you need it. You need to be able to express every which way you've been feeling. Yeah, that's what's coming in very strong there. Then I got the Page of Coins upright. The Page of Coins has been coming through for me as though, look, mom, look what I made, or look what I achieved. Hey, have you seen what I just did yesterday? Have you seen what I've been through and how I've come out? It's like showing off the the physical elements of what's happened internally. It's like the material product of what you've gone through or achieved emotionally. That's what the Page of Coins comes out as to me. And rightly so. Hey Capricorn, if you're doing the emotional work, it should manifest in the physical. And it should represent something glorious that's going on within. As within, so without, right? It's looking really good for you, Capricorn. Keep going. Keep learning. And don't be afraid. You're almost there, aren't you? Why would you fear? Why would you have a fear of fear itself right now? Thank you so much, Cappies. See you in a couple of days for your March reading.